I recently got broken up with, and I kind of alluded to it in one of my videos because I'm a content creator. I share my life. So obviously, I was posting about my relationship. And like, this isn't something I was going to speak directly about at all, honestly, because I'm obviously a little hurt by it. But I'm also a mom, and life goes on. But somebody commented something on one of my videos, on several of my videos, actually. It was obviously a fake page. So now I want to speak on it. Specifically, I want to speak on dating as a single mother and the standards that you should have and that you should never settle. And because I choose to share my life on social media, means that I'm sharing the ups and downs. And unfortunately, when you're dating and trying to find somebody to eventually marry, because I do date to marry, I want to be married one day and I want to have a family, you're going to go through heartbreak.
Hold on. Did she just say you should never settle, number one? And then she's saying she's dating to marry. But did she have her baby during her marriage? Or did she have the baby first with a guy, become a single mom, and now she's dating to marry? Which means any guy who's coming into the situation, you are coming in to become a stepfather. So in other words, she has higher standards for you. She requires the new guy who's going to be a stepfather to marry her. But the guy she had kids with, she didn't have the same high standards. So men in this is why men are confused. It's like, why do you have higher standards for me, but you didn't have the same standards for the guy you had a baby with?
Some relationships are going to work out, some aren't. So I choose to be in a relationship with somebody, whether it works out or not. It's a chapter of my life, and I'm thankful for it because it comes with growth at the end of the day. And this person commented something like, oh, I wonder if it's her, the reason why the relationships fail. If it's me, if it's not, it doesn't matter. The only thing that I look at in these situations is that the relationship was not for me or for my son, because I cannot just date for myself. I also have to date with my son in mind because I have him 24/7. I am his primary parent. I'm his primary caretaker. And that's a lot of responsibility for a man to take on.
I mean, at least she's being honest and she's being transparent that, hey, I'm a single mom, I'm dating, I have a child, and she understands the fact that any man she deals with has to deal with her and her son. So you as the new guy going into the situation, do not cry and complain once you find out what being a real stepfather is. She's being honest. She knows, because some single moms are delusional. They think just because the new guy who's coming into her life right away is never going to play stepdad or stepfather. But she's being honest and saying, hey, listen, I understand that whoever comes in is going to have to take care of me and my son in some capacity. So shout out to her for that.
So one, I have to be very selective in who I date. And two, the person I date has to also be prepared for, if we take this relationship a step forward, are you prepared for the responsibilities that come with being with me? I don't necessarily think that somebody has to be at fault or something has to be wrong with a person just because a relationship doesn't work out. I don't believe that at all, because you're seeing if somebody is going to be for you or not. And if you decide to date somebody who ends up not being for you, that doesn't mean that something's wrong with you at all. Dating is a journey and is a process, and I would say 10 times more serious when you have a child, and also harder when you have a child. Not impossible, but harder. I made a YouTube.
You know what? I'll give us some more credit. She just said that dating is harder when you have a child. Do you know how many single moms do not understand that? Do you know how many single moms believe that dating for them should be the same the way it was before they had the child? I mean, think about it. Dating a single mom, that means she has to find a babysitter, or maybe you guys are hanging out. She may have to cancel the plans, faster so she can go pick up her baby from whoever was taking care of the kids. It's like, it's way harder. She's being honest about that. So many single moms reject that. They believe men should see them with kids the same way they saw them with before they had the kids, but it's impossible to see them like that.
YouTube video about this actually. And I'm super open to dating, obviously, because like I said, I want a family and I want to have more kids. But it's really important that you find the right person and find a person that's going to choose you and your child and everything that comes with that. And it's not for everybody. And that's okay. You're not supposed to be for everybody. And just because something doesn't work out doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with you at all. So y'all will probably see me dating again eventually. I'm obviously not ready right now, but I'm never going to not be open to dating because I know what I want in life. And I'm still going to share that with y'all because one, it's my job, and two, I love to share my life. It's what I do for a living.
Now, I'll give her credit. Shout out to her. I'll give her credit because she's a good-looking woman. If we're going to be honest, guys, she is a pretty good-looking woman, right? So, which means that she's going to have more options than the average single mom. You know, nice curly hair, looks pretty young, look pretty in shape. But she also understands the fact that being a single mom is not going to be easy to date, which is good, right? So I'll give her some credit for that. But at the end of the day, she's going to have to also be the same way she expects a man who's going to be a stepfather to accept her. She's also going to have to accept the fact that she's going to have to kind of not have crazy high standards to say, because the new man is going to have to take on so much, especially since she wants marriage. Now that guy has to come in, pay for her child, play stepdad. Sometimes if the father, if her baby daddy is still involved in the child's life, now the new man has also to deal with the baby daddy, because sometimes some baby daddies are jealous. They may even, try to end your life, fight you, just because now you are dealing with their baby mama. As you can see, she's a good-looking woman. So I can assure you, even if she had 10 kids, many guys would still be in their DMs. So she has that going for her. But at the end of the day, she may have all these guys in her DMs, but how many guys are going to be willing to play stepfather, willing to deal with her baby daddy, willing to pay for her son, willing to pay for her, and willing to be there for the long-term commitment of which is called marriage? Very few guys will be down for that, but because she's a beautiful woman, very many guys will be in her DMs. So what do you guys think about that?